2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. We've got first-round action of the Champions Invitational coming your way. I'm Andrew Catalan alongside Rich Beam and Luke Elvey, and we've got Henny Koyak and John McCarthy following the action on the course. And Rich, where do we start? We've got a great field, a rivalry with our featured players, so much going on. We'll dive into that, but what can you tell us about the course?
Love this golf course. This is so fun. Some really great views on holes 1 through 5. And then on the 6th hole, you go right back into the forest. This is not an easy golf course, but if you're able to keep your second shots on a lot of these holes below the green or below the hole, you're going to have a really fun day. You start missing it left and right or long, forget about it. It's going to wear you out.
Let's go out to the first hole. Okay, we mentioned this before. There does appear to be a rivalry forming here. Henny, what more can you tell us?
Oh, Andrew, as this player tracks up through their career, they're looking at earning trophies, prize money, getting into new events. But today, on the line, there is nothing but pure pride.
Thank you, Henny. This rivalry should definitely add an extra layer of excitement to our broadcast this week.
Yeah, going for it in 2. Okay, he wants to win.
A look at the lie in the greenside rough. Wow, I thought that was in. This putt from 5 feet away.
This is such a great opportunity for birdie.
Let's go out to the par 4 second.
Just a layup off the tee with a long iron, maybe a hybrid. The second shot straight up the hill, blind second shot. Getting it close is nearly impossible.
Coming out of the deep rough. He's got this putt for birdie. Henny, your green side. What do you see in this putt?
Yeah, it's going to bank to the left-hand side, this one.
On a nice line.
Another birdie. That's 2 in a row, and there's starting to be a little buzz on the grounds.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
The tee shot at 3. This is pitching wedge on the way. Okay, green side, and the goal now is to get up and down. Oh, this one is looking good. Here's the par putt. That one drops. Here's a look at the tee of the par 4 fourth.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
I like the looks of this. Here's Brooke Henderson.
She's got some work to do. She's 2 back of her rival.
Here's Brooke Henderson.
We're back. Time to have more live play. That's a misfire there.
A bit too much club there.
2 under for the event. That's a pretty good shot right there. From 10 feet away. John, give us a read on this putt.
This looks like it's going to break to the left.
Oh, almost. Needs this one for bogey. Okay, on to the next. Here's a quick look at how things stand. It's a 3-shot advantage for our leader.
Now, great rhythm on that swing. Looks to be going with the 4-iron. Standing over his second shot. Oh, that's almost a gimme. Great chip. In she goes. Let's head to the next. Now 7 shots behind after that. All right, as we leave the sand dunes, we start to head back towards Del Monte Forest. This 6th hole really sets the tone for the final 13 here.
Could be the hardest hole on this golf course, Luke. Straight uphill the entire way. The second shot always plays at least 1 club, if not 2 clubs longer.
Chosen the pitching wedge here. From the sand, looking to get up and down. Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole.
This one's tracking.
What a putt that was. And let's have another look at that one. Sitting at 1 under after that hole.
We make our way to the par 5 7th hole.
Find the fairway, and the decision now gets interesting. Do I go for it and try and avoid the water on the left-hand side, or missing it out to the right where you have an impossible chip to a green that severely slopes from right to left?
John, what does he face in that bunker?
Well, they're in deep here, guys. Really nestled into this sand trap. Let's see what happens.
Okay, safely back in the fairway now. What an aggressive play.
What an approach shot there. Brooke Henderson's wheels are turning after that shot, and she seems to be taking notice as this rivalry heats up.
This is Brooke Henderson.
Gee, that'll keep the momentum rolling, Rich.
Saving one there after being all over the parking lot, chipping in for the par.
This one from 4 feet away.
Now, if he can just roll this one nicely, he'll manage to get ahead of Brooke Henderson.
And he improves his score to 2 under par for the event.
Always like to see your name moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
A tough break there. Just getting into that second cut of rough. Nice out the rough here.
Now to Brooke Henderson.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Five feet remain.
All right, guys. This for 2 birdies in a row.
That looked good for a while. And just to finish off the par. Wow, you hit an approach shot like that and still come away with a par. That is a bummer. This looks like a really strong tee shot. All right, Henny, what does this look like?
This is looking around 115 yards out.
What a beautiful leave right there. This could be a big momentum putt. It's for birdie. John, your green side, what do you see in this putt?
This one's going to start out pretty straight, and then towards the hole it should take a little turn to the left.
This hole is a par 4.
Oh, that's a members bounce right there. Lovely.
I like that one. Sitting at 3 under. Not a bad shot right there. A long putt remains.
On a good line.
Getting better and better. Here's a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player in a tie for 9th.
And after that good play, moving up the leaderboard.
The 11th, Rich, another good 2-shotter despite it being a par 5, but you must get a good drive away here.
You must hit it past this corner down the left-hand side to open up the green. If you do, then you have the opportunity to go for it in 2. However, do not come up short right. The bunkers around the green are absolutely horrific.
Going with the 3-iron. All you can do is hope now, because that was never going down the fairway. This line doesn't look too tough, just in the first cut, right by the green. A little bit too much on that putt. And now this, to get into a share of 6th on the leaderboard. Mark it down. That's 6 birdies today. And with that, he'll move to 5 under par. The second 9 at Spyglass Hill has some wonderful par 3s. Let's start with the 12th.
And this one just begs you to try and knock it in there close. But that water comes in closer on the left-hand side than you can possibly imagine. Bail out to the right, take your par, and move on. What kind of rhythm is that? It must be tough falling out of bed every day with a rhythm like that.
This would be a great up and down from this spot. Well, this is one of those lies that dictates a shot. It doesn't seem like it's a tough one. That's a wonderfully played chip shot there. It's just about 3 feet away.
Let's keep those doubles off the card.
The putt drops, and we're moving on.
And a bit of a setback there. Now he's 4 under for the tournament.
And moving down the leaderboard as well.
The 13th, Rich, another one of these brutally strong par 4s.
It is. Just like the 6th, you got to avoid the bunkers that are dotting this fairway, and the second shot is straight up the hill, and it plays at least 2 clubs longer.
Keep focused on that flag while playing to this elevated green. Let's catch up with the current proceedings.
Always difficult to get a gauge of the exact distance when playing uphill to the green.
That one's headed right and staying right.
This now, his 3rd shot. 5 shots off the lead. Sitting at 4 under for the day. Oh, I thought that one was going in. This is a bogey putt coming up. And that's a little disappointing, dropping some spots on the leaderboard. The 14th at Spyglass Hill, a wonderful par 5. Most have to play it as a 3-shotter.
This is a bail wedge par 5. Bail your tee shot left in the fairway, out to the right with your second shot, and wedge it on the green.
Going with the 7. Is this one heading into the sand? Yep. This next shot coming up from the sand. I'm pretty sure he'll be happy to be back on the green. All these are good putts to make. Good for momentum. Right on 7 feet. And that's a way to fight back from a tough break. Well holed.
And that'll put a little pep in your step, up and down from the bunker, in for the birdie. Good job.
And still no putter in the hand.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
That just missed. Needs this to drop to save par. Henny is right there.
This one's 13 feet from the cup.
And just to finish up the bogey. Here's a look at how things stand. It's a 1-shot lead. Well, let's check out the 16th. It's a par 4.
You want to aim left, but out of bounds comes a little bit quicker down the left-hand side, so you need to skirt the tree just down the right-hand side with your tee shot. Second shot downhill, but to a green that sits above the fairway. A tough hole indeed.
Looking at my yardage book, it looks like about 140 yards remain.
Wind is going straight at his back.
Yeah, that was tricky with that wind. Great shot there.
10 feet remain for this putt. All right, John, which way is this putt going to go?
And I think this one's going to go right to left.
This putt for par. Just an empty feeling when you hit an approach shot like that, Rich, but still come away with a par. The 17th hole is a par 4.
A severe dogleg from right to left. This is just a long iron fairway wood hybrid out to the center of the fairway to a very short second shot up the hill. This is a wonderful birdie opportunity.
The ball is in the fairway bunker. On the green, but a long way away. That looked good all the way. This putt from 5 feet.
A good look at par here.
That is an incredible recovery on this hole.
Nicely done. Well fought hole right there. Bunkered off the tee, but makes that nice par save.
What a drive. Look at that.
Second shot here at 18.
Got great connection here. Yeah, this is looking good.
5 feet remains. A birdie on 18 to close out the round. Rich, what a way to kick off the week. A fun day in the booth.
It's goodbye for now. Looking forward to the next 3 rounds.
Well, that'll do it for us today. For our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long, and we'll see you next time. It's time to prepare for the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup, brought to you by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. We are back for second round action of the Champions Invitational. Andrew Catalan back with you. Thanks for joining us today. As we review the standings, our leader is sitting at 9 under.
It was looking good already, but after that nice big bounce, it's looking extra good now.
About 220 left to the hole.
1 less club required for this shot as the green sits well below him.
Setting up in the greenside rough. Oh, almost had it. A tap in for birdie. You gotta love it. Here's a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player is in a tie for 7th. And now teeing off on a par 4.
Just a layup off the tee with a long iron, maybe a hybrid. The second shot straight up the hill, blind second shot. Getting it close is nearly impossible.
That's a really nice shot. This shot from about 110 yards away.
One extra club required to this elevated green.
Okay, green side, a chance to get up and down. Here's the tap in for par. Let's update you on what's been going on. He is currently in a tie for 7th place. Stepping on to the par 3 third. That one will not settle on the green. And the mindset now is to get up and down from here. That nearly went in. Okay, this putt for par, trying to get out of here without any damage. That one just rolls by. And now a tap in for bogey. And after that, he is moving down the leaderboard. Let's see what happens here on 4.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
That's a textbook swing. And right now at -4. Looking to get up and down from here. Wow, I thought that was going in. Well, a big par save could mean a lot going forward. Getting set for the next hole, a quick look at the leaderboard, and it's a 4-shot advantage for our leader.
Hole 5 is a par 3. Opting for the 5-iron. All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par.
Don't stop now. Keep on.
Oh, what a super shot. And that will move him up the leaderboard as well.
Perfect distance, perfectly judged, and look at that, straight in the hole.
Well, that's certainly a step in the right direction. Keep it going. Now on the tee after a birdie, fired up and ready for more.
Could be the hardest hole on this golf course, Luke. Straight uphill the entire way. The second shot always plays at least one club, if not 2 clubs longer.
This is his second shot.
Elevated green up there, Luke. Going to need to take 1 extra club here, I believe.
Wonderfully played. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She got one back on that last hole.
Okay, time to return to the action. If he can hold this, he'll move inside the top 5. Just missed the birdie. That's a shame. Unable to take advantage of the great approach there, Rich. Currently 5 under for the event.
Time now for a par 5, the 7th.
Find the fairway, and the decision now gets interesting. Do I go for it and try and avoid the water on the left-hand side, or missing it out to the right where you have an impossible chip to a green that severely slopes from right to left?
He's going to want to take that one over. Okay, green side, and the goal now is to get up and down. That was the right distance and the right club. Well done. As we check out how things stand, our leader has a 6-shot cushion. Ooh, boy, not pretty. John, what does his lie look like?
Well, heads up here, guys. I don't know which way this one's going to come out of this stuff. Very, very deep down in here.
Oh, that rough is sticky. The mission is simple here. He has to get up and down. Now to Brooke Henderson.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, here we are again, back live. Let's see if he can save par. Henny is greenside.
He's looking at 20 foot. This will be a good putt to hole.
This putt on the way, looking good. A putt that's getting better. A tap in for bogey. As we move things along, he slides back to 4 under par for the tournament.
Not much happening. Moving down the leaderboard, never a good sign.
That is a big-time drive. Looks like about 120 yards left. That's a missed green.
Yeah, story of the day for this player is just missed too many greens. You can't afford to do that.
Oh, that was so close. Finishing off that hole. Let's see what happens here on the 10th. That was the perfect spot to hit it. There it goes. Henny, what can you tell us about this shot?
Yeah, he's looking at maybe a little over 130 to the pin.
Really well done.
Already made a few birdies today, and this is another good look.
Wow. 3 feet to the cup. Well, after an approach shot like that, Rich, that feels like a wasted opportunity. After that hole, our featured player is making a move.
Welcome to the par 5, 11th hole. Couple of birdies and a couple of bogeys. Needs to get something going here today. Oh, well done.
He has his eyes set on one place and one place only. It's the green.
That won't get a good lie, I'm sure.
And this from the greenside rough.
Wow, that almost went in the hole. 5 feet coming up to the cup.
A really good look at birdie.
Currently 5 under for the event. Here we are at the par 3 12th hole.
And this one just begs you to try and knock it in there close. But that water comes in closer on the left-hand side than you can possibly imagine. Bail out to the right, take your par, and move on.
Hole this and move inside the top 10 on the leaderboard. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. We'll take that and a spot in the top 10 to boot. And that moves them to -6 for the tournament. Let's see what happens here at the 13th. Great shot. Well, Rich, this looks like a familiar spot for this player.
Yes, and let's hope it's not a similar results as yesterday.
Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
This is long range, guys. Long range stuff, clocking in at around 41 feet to the hole.
That's a great effort from there. And with that, he'll move to 7 under. Incredible. Well, it's an impressive 7-stroke lead as we head to the next tee. On the tee now, the par 5, 14th.
This is a bail wedge par 5. Bail your tee shot left in the fairway, out to the right with your second shot, and wedge it on the green.
Oh, that ball's grown some legs. That thing's running. He's setting up for his second shot. Going with the 6-iron here. And this putt to move into a tie for 4th place. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
Oh, this is going hard left.
That's a good-looking putt, that. Looks to have some good speed about it too. And now this to move into a tie for 5th. Just a simple tap in for birdie. And now moving him into the top 5.
Here's a look at the leaderboard, and he is in a share of 5th place. To 15, it's a par 3. Wow, what a swing. That's another green in regulation.
It has been fantastic to watch all week long. This player is dialed in.
Now over to Morikawa.
Trying to get it to 7 under par with this putt. The start of this one out on a pretty good line. This is going right at the hole.
So let's take a look at the updated leaderboard. And now teeing off on this par 4.
You want to aim left, but out of bounds comes a little bit quicker down the left-hand side, so you need to skirt the tree just down the right-hand side with your tee shot. Second shot downhill, but to a green that sits above the fairway. A tough hole indeed.
Here's the second at 16.
I tell you what, from the rough, nice.
9 under for the tournament. 5th in the standings. Oh, I thought that was going down. All right, this is tough, but makeable. Henny, how tough will this putt be?
An uphill left to righter.
Oh, this looks good early. Oh, I like the looks of this. Just a little work to do for bogey. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player in a tie for 5th. A par 4 here.
A severe dogleg from right to left. This is just a long iron fairway wood hybrid out to the center of the fairway to a very short second shot up the hill. This is a wonderful birdie opportunity.
Here's Brooke Henderson.
She can't wipe the smile off her face currently after that eagle.
Time to get back to live play. Here's the second on 17. This one has a chance to go. Are we keeping track of these hole outs? It keeps happening.
Absolutely insane. I've never seen anything quite like this.
This shot was absolutely perfect. Looks just as nice on the second viewing.
The run of good play continues as he is now 10 under par.
Gotta like it. Moving up the leaderboard. Never a bad thing.
The closing hole is a par 4.
My friends in college used to never say an eagle. They used to say super chicken. That's what he made at the last. What's he got for us now?
A super chicken.
A super chicken.
It's an eagle.
Yeah.
That's a good one to build momentum on. That's a textbook swing on the approach shot. And this putt to move into a tie for second. Okay, Henny, give us a read here.
I've had a look from both sides. This is a right to lefter.
5 feet to the cup. That's it for today. Rich, you look at this leaderboard, there's a lot of great storylines, including our featured player.
Oh, I like where they're at right now. They really look solid. A good final 36. It might get it done.
Well, that will do it for today. For all of us here at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalan. Thanks for watching. .2K Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's time for the third round of the Champions Invitational. Welcome back, Andrew Catalan here. Pleased to have you back with us. As we begin today's coverage, we join our featured player who's currently in the 9th position. Let's see if he can get something done out there and make a move toward the top. Okay, Henny, what do you see down there?
Looking at this one, taking it all in, and one part of it is it's very downhill.
This one is headed toward the sand. Time now for the third. This is a long way home.
From long range here, looking to get it close.
Yep, that works. Nicely done.
The par putt. As we take a look at the leaderboard, we show you our featured player is in a tie for 10th. Time for the tee shot on this par 4 hole.
Just a layup off the tee with a long iron, maybe a hybrid. The second shot straight up the hill, blind second shot. Getting it close is nearly impossible.
That's going to work nicely for him. Let's go down to Henny.
Well, I wouldn't mind hitting the shot, but I wouldn't fancy the walk up here. This is quite uphill.
That's a really nice approach shot. This putt for a birdie. Come on. This putt from 5 feet away.
This for par.
Wow, you hit an approach shot like that and still come away with a par. That is a bummer. Let's see if 8-iron was the right club. That is how you play it. And now a birdie look at the third. He is climbing up the leaderboard after that hole. And we're on the tee of the par 4 4th hole.
Nice birdie in the last hole for a change. First one of the day. They needed it desperately. Now, next hole, looking for more.
Coming out of the thick stuff.
Hitting it over here in the first place was just awful. I would blame his caddy.
Yeah, right-hand side of the green.
Still not putting.
Now, from that lie, missing the green was always an option.
Wow, from a tough lie. What a chip that was.
Oh, went from the outhouse to the penthouse with that chip in.
Before we move on to the next hole, we show you that our leader is up by 6.
Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot. Good choice. Going with the 3-iron. A bit wild on approach there.
Wynn got that one and took it wayward. Look at the shot that this player possesses.
Second shot here on the 5th. And that is a wonderful bunker shot. And this is what remains for a share of 5th place on the leaderboard. And that's the kind of fighting spirit that keeps a good round going.
Yeah, sitting pretty nicely in that bunker there, but a nice up and down indeed.
Time to tee off at the 6th.
Could be the hardest hole on this golf course, Luke. Straight uphill the entire way. The second shot always plays at least one club, if not 2 clubs longer.
Well, this would be a familiar spot, Rich. It looks like the same one as yesterday.
Had a good result here yesterday. Hopefully conjure up some more of those good thoughts.
That's disappointing.
Oh, look at that. The wind just wreaking havoc with that shot. Disappointing.
And this next putt, it's for bogey. Job done. Let's head to the next. Now at 11 under for the event.
We make our way to the par 5 7th hole.
Find the fairway, and the decision now gets interesting. Do I go for it and try and avoid the water on the left-hand side, or missing it out to the right, we have an impossible chip to a green that severely slopes from right to left?
This shot from about 210 yards away.
Puff of breeze moving this golf ball left to right.
This is a 5-iron. This one greenside in the rough. That's exactly what he was hoping for. He can still walk away with par. That goes in for birdie, and that's exactly what our featured player needed coming off bogey on the last hole. Let's take a look at the leaderboard, and he is currently in a tie for 8th. That's a tough one to swallow. Henny, what does his lie look like?
He is not going to like this one bit. This is what bad lies are made of.
That's the way to draw up a nice shot.
Not a green in regulation. That's a tough one.
Looking for the draw, but not finding it.
That will definitely work. This one is 5 feet away.
Trying to save a par here.
He is moving up the leaderboard as we move on to the next hole. We're at the 9th. It's a par 4.
Just avoid the fairway bunker down the right-hand side, and you should have a clear opening to a green that sits well above you on the second shot.
The tempo there was exquisite.
This one's looking pretty good.
Now this putt for birdie. Another birdie. That's the 4th of the day. Here's a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player is in a tie for 6th. This tee shot is looking good so far. Okay, nothing spectacular, but safe. He has this putt to move into the top 5. Henny, how challenging is this putt?
He's looking at around 14 foot, I'd say.
Moving on to the next. Here's a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player is in a tie for 7th.
Teeing off here at the 11th.
disappointing, that one. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. He's hit a good one, and that should help him save his par. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. Step aside, gents. This man's marching into the top 5. Here we are in front of a par 3.
And this one just begs you to try and knock it in there close. But that water comes in closer on the left-hand side than you can possibly imagine. Bail out to the right, take your par, and move on.
Well, it's time to head back down to the fairways. John, what's up, mate?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Tiger Woods as he gets set for his next shot here on the 18th.
Trying to get to 15 under now with this opportunity. John, have you got a read on this one? What's it going to do?
I think it's going to go up the hill and to the right.
Okay.
Looking good.
Oh, so close. Just a tiny putt is all that remains.
Our leader is up by a whopping 6 shots now. Here we find ourselves on the tee of a long par 4. Rich, every time we get the chance to wax lyrical about Tiger Woods, you think, how else can we sing his praises? How can we eloquently describe one of the greatest careers in the history of sports?
Luke, I don't know how you say anything more about Tiger that hasn't been said or written or shown. I mean, if you look at the history books, his name comes up a lot. And for good reason. You know, the numbers are astounding. The major victories are astounding. You know, this guy, it wouldn't surprise me if a spaceship came down and he decided to just walk on it and fly back to his home planet. He's just otherworldly like that. And the way that he's gone through his entire career and time again produce when you think, well, no, he can't do this again. Well, okay, yes, he can. It's phenomenal. I just got to say that I am so privileged to have played against the man, beat him once. I made it count, however, but I mean, just to play in his era was, I tell stories about it for my end of days.
Oh, this is on a fantastic line. Is it the right distance?
Trying to get to 16 under with this putt.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive. Watch this thing turn.
Let's move one step closer to the lead here. This putt for a share of 4th. Gee, that's good playing. 6 birdies in a round. Well, that's a lovely way to make a move into the top 5.
Okay, we've hit the 15th. It's a par 3.
In good form, birdie at the last, looking to add on to that.
That might be the best swing of the day.
Some nice calculations there with this wind.
John, give us a read on this putt.
Looks like this one's going left to right.
The birdie putt goes in.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
Okay, a quick look at the leaderboard, and it's a 5-shot advantage for our leader. 16, a par 4.
You want to aim left, but out of bounds comes a little bit quicker down the left-hand side, so you need to skirt the tree just down the right-hand side with your tee shot. Second shot downhill, but to a green that sits above the fairway. A tough hole indeed.
This is a 9-iron on the way. A putt of 14 feet. Oh. A chance here for par. Let's check in with Henny.
It's 13 feet out. Unlucky for some.
Par putt goes to the bottom of the cup. While we have a moment, we want to show you the updated leaderboard, our featured player in a tie for third. Now to 17, a par 4.
A severe dogleg from right to left. This is just a long iron fairway wood hybrid out to the center of the fairway to a very short second shot up the hill. This is a wonderful birdie opportunity.
Could it be? A tap in left for birdie. As we take a look at the leaderboard, our featured player is in third place. Out to the 18th tee. That's a disappointing shot.
Needs a little members bounce to the right.
7 feet remains. So close. And a nice way to finish with a par on the closing hole. Okay, that round is in the books, and as we take a look at the leaderboard, he's in a share of fourth. Well, that'll do it for today, folks. For Rich Beam, Luke Elvey, and the entire crew, I'm Andrew Catalan saying so long, and thanks for watching 2K Sports. Two-K Sports and the PGA Tour are thrilled to bring you the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's time to kick off the finale of the Champions Invitational. I'm Andrew Catalan, glad to have you back with us. On the leaderboard, a 7 under for our featured player yesterday. What will he do today? We're about to find out. Here is the eagle putt. Henny, what do you see in this putt?
Yeah, it's hard to even stand straight on this slope. Big right to left break.
This putt starts on a good line. This is looking better and better. Tap in birdies. What a beautiful sight. And as we take a look at the leaderboard, he is in fourth place. Teeing off on the par 4 second.
Just a layup off the tee with a long iron, maybe a hybrid. The second shot straight up the hill, blind second shot. Getting it close is nearly impossible.
A lot to like about that one. And about 110 yards left to the hole. There was a game plan there, and that approach was executed nicely.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
Okay, back-to-back birdies. Things are heating up.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row. He's feeling it.
After that hole, our featured player is making a move. Wow, that one was just a little bit off. Okay, green side, a chance to get up and down. Terrific hands on that shot. That's a tap-in par. As we move on to the next hole, we take a quick peek at the leaderboard, and he is in a tie for 4th. Here's a look at the tee of the par 4 4th.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
And the mindset now is to get up and down from here. Oh, that was so close. This is a big one coming up to save par. Here's a look at the leaderboard. Our featured player is in 4th.
It's time to step on the tee here at the 5th. Going with the 5-iron here. Well, that should find the bunker. Here's a chance to get up and down from the greenside bunker. It was a solid shot. Out of the bunker and onto the surface. All right, John, you've been reading them well all day. Take us through this putt.
Yeah, just a slight break to the left on this putt.
Oh, that looks like a pure stroke. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. As we move to the 6th hole, it's a par 4.
Could be the hardest hole on this golf course, Luke. Straight uphill the entire way. The second shot always plays at least 1 club, if not 2 clubs longer.
His second shot here.
1 extra club required to this elevated green.
It's fair to say that that approach didn't hit the mark. Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. That's nicely done. Par putt coming up here. And well holed. Let's move on. And that'll see him remain in the same spot on the leaderboard.
Time now for a par 5, the 7th.
Find the fairway, and the decision now gets interesting. Do I go for it and try and avoid the water on the left-hand side, or missing it out to the right, we have an impossible chip to a green that severely slopes from right to left?
Let's see what happens out of the first cut.
Birdied this hole yesterday, but totally different circumstances today.
Five iron on the way. Oh, that looked good. 3 feet left.
He's got this one for birdie.
As we check out how things stand, our leader has a 6-shot cushion. He tried, but could not avoid the tree. This is dicey, to say the least. Might not have enough out of the rough on this one. A look at the lie in the greenside rough. I just love watching those pitch shots around the green. Well played. And a tap in par. Before we move on to the next hole, we show you that our leader is up by 6.
Lovely, lovely rhythm.
All right, Henny, what does this look like?
Yeah, he's got roughly 110 to the pin here.
That is going to work. If this putt drops, we've got a tie for 4th place. As we check out how things stand, our leader has a 6-shot cushion. We begin the back 9 here on the 10th hole. Let that one run right down the fairway. Oh, I can hear the golf claps around the course. You really got to hit the green there. Looking to get up and down from here. Man, that was a good shot. 14 feet to the cup.
Can he save his par?
This one's looking good.
That looked good the whole way for par. And just a short one left for bogey.
Currently sitting at an impressive 20 under par here. On the tee of the 11th, a par 5. A thing of beauty. Looks like a similar approach to yesterday.
Let's not think about what happened here yesterday with this next shot. It wasn't very good.
Oh, I didn't see this as possible. What a shot. And that's a card saver, finding the green from there.
And he's down there. You got a read?
Curling ever so gently right to left here.
This putt is about 8 feet. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. Now 21 under for the tournament. You've arrived at the 12th, a par 3.
And this one just begs you to try and knock it in there close. But that water comes in closer on the left-hand side than you can possibly imagine. Bail out to the right, take your par, and move on.
And he's hit that inside the range. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Setting up this putt 11 feet from the cup.
How good was that putt? Back-to-back birdies never hurt, Rich.
Gotta like it. He's feeling it.
Okay, after that hole, now at 22 under for the event. Lining up from around 160 yards.
Elevated green up there, Luke. Gonna need to take one extra club here, I believe.
Just needs this one to kick right. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard.
Short game has been absolutely fantastic today.
Can he make one from long range? It's tracking towards the cup. That was pretty straightforward. And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. This hole is a par 5.
This is a bail wedge par 5. Bail your tee shot left in the fairway, out to the right with your second shot, and wedge it on the green.
Oh, Luke, that was a stonker there.
Second shot here on the 14th. This one's heading left, I think. And here we are with the third shot. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? And from the greenside rough here. How close was that to going down? Moments like that deserve another viewing. Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, Seve would be envious of this one. What a chip in.
Currently 23 under par for the event. Incredible play.
We have a par 3 here.
Nice birdie back there. On to the next.
This putt is for par. Just an empty feeling when you hit an approach shot like that, Rich, but still come away with a par.
I thought it was going to hang on, but nope.
Second shot on the 16th hole.
Ooh, that was a flyer lie from the rough.
He's got a very long way to go. Playing a lot of break to the left. So close.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Before we move on to the next hole, we show you that the lead is 5 shots. The 17th hole is a par 4.
A severe dogleg from right to left. This is just a long iron fairway wood hybrid out to the center of the fairway to a very short second shot up the hill. This is a wonderful birdie opportunity.
Here's a look at the lie in the bunker. Setting up in the greenside rough.
Come on, don't be shy.
What a beautiful chip in.
Out of the rough into the hole. Thank you very much.
Okay, a quick look at the leaderboard, and it's a 5-shot advantage for our leader. Time for the tee shot at 18. Ooh, absolutely unleashed it. Not a bad result right there. This putt for a round of 65. 18 holes in the books. Back and forth this week was so much fun to watch. And Henny, in the end, our featured player comes out on top over Brooke Henderson.
Andrew, I think just a moment for that line. This player has come out on top after beating Brooke Henderson. It'll sound so sweet to this player.
Well, that'll do it for today. For all of us here at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalan. Have a great night.